Today we are going to deal with the subject digital electronics. It's a part of BE third semester. So in digital electronics, in today's class we are going to take an overview of this digital electronics subject. In that we'll be having unit 1. In that unit 1 we'll be having the content, number system, conversion of number system, hardware design, logic gates. Then we had Boolean algebra. Then we had loss of Boolean algebra. Then we have tabular method or Quine-Klutsky method. So these are the content. So basically, what's the meaning of digital electronics? Since our system can understand the binary language, zeros and ones. As we all know that whatever the information we are going to give to the system, it can understand zeros and ones. So basically, to get these zeros and ones, we should have to convert whatever the information we are giving to the system, that needs to be converted into zeros and ones. So that zeros and ones we can understand by taking the method of number system. So in this number system, we are going to understand there are different types of number systems are there. Like we can say we'll be having the first concept in that we're going to learn. The first one is binary number system. So what is the meaning of binary number system? In that we are going to take 0 and 1 and its combination. Then second, we are going to understand the concept of octal. As the name itself, octal in the sense, it can have the values of total 8. So the value from that is 0 to 7. We can take all the different combination of numbers. Binary numbers, octal number. The next we are going to deal with decimal. So what is the decimal means? It's a total combination of 10. So when we are saying it is 10, the range should be 0 to 9. Then what is the meaning of 0 to 9? It means it consists of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. That means the numbers from 0 to 9, all numbers it will consider. That's what it is considered to be the decimal system. Next, we are going to see hexadecimal. What's the meaning of hexadecimal? The total combination of that number should be 16. Then what could be the range? The range should be 0 to 15. So if you see 0 to 15, including 0, we can say total combination of 16. So then we can say it's a hexadecimal number system which the system can take and it will convert into respective conversion of that number. So it also consists of 0 to 9. Then it has 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Since as we are saying it's a hexadecimal, if I consider 10, then it's a combination of 0 and 1. But our system cannot understand that. In order to eliminate that concept, the 10 can be replaced by an ASCII number, that is the alphanumeric number A. Then 11 should be B, this should be C, then this is D, E and F would be followed. So that's how this is the hexadecimal combination. So these are the number systems we are going to see in the first subtopic of number system. The next topic what we are going to understand in the unit 1 would be conversion of number system. That means one type of number, how it can be converted into another one. That could be converted into another one. Like that, we are going to see all these types of conversions. So now we know it. What is the meaning of binary? Binary is what? 0 and 1. That range is what? 0 to 1. Similarly, if you see the decimal number, the total combination should be 10. That means it has the value from 0 to 9, including 0, 1, 2, so on till 9. Next we had octal. What is the meaning of octal? Octal total combination needs to be 8. It has the number from 0 to 7. Like that we had next number system is hexadecimal. Total combination of hexadecimal should be 16. It should have the value from 0 to 15. In that 0 to 15, what we are writing? We are mentioning 10 as A, 11 as B. 12 as C, 13 as D, 14 as E, and then 15 is F. So these are the notation of your hexadecimal. So these are the number systems that is a part of the first subunit. In that, these are the content. Since all these number systems are there, then how it is going to convert into one form to another form, that will be done in the number system. In the number systems, we are going to see the first part of it, that is a base and it's a radix. So what is the meaning of the base? Base means if I have n number system, what could be the notation of the radix? That means if I want to write any number system, what could be that base needs to be? If I want to write any number in binary, I need not to mention that one since it is a 0 and 1 only. If I want to write any number n, if I want to write any number n, if I want to mention in decimal, I need to write the base as 10. Similarly, if I want to write the octal number system, then I need to mention that base as n, then I need to mention over there the base should be 8. That means number is n and its base is 8. That indicates that number system is from octal. Similarly, I need to mention hexadecimal. So in order to mention hexadecimal, I need to write n with the base of 16. So this is the way we can mention all the different types of number system. So over there, if I want to write the range of it, so what could be the range? Now generally, if I want to write n numbers, I want to mention its range. So in order to do that, I have to write that last digit should be starting from 0 to n minus 1. That means if the number is 8, it has to be 8 minus 1 as 7. If the number is 10, then it has to be 10 minus 1 as 9. If the number is 16, that number needs to be 16 minus 1 is 15. So this is the way the number system has been designed. The next concept of this unit 1 topic would be the hardware design. How to design the hardware? Since we are talking about the digital electronics, it means it should contain some hardware. So that hardware designing circuitry can be done by considering its hardware design. In the hardware design, we need to understand what's the meaning of logic gates. What is this logic gates? So we will be having different types of logic gates which we can consider, like basic gates are OR gate, AND gate, NOT gate. So these are what? These are called basic gates. So it consists of the unary operator as well as the binary operator. So since we are dealing only with the hardware design, in that hardware design only we are considering the basic things. So since it's a topic of overview, so I will explain you what are these basic gates or and NOT. So since NOT consists of the symbolic representation of NOT would be, if you had A input, the output for that A would be A bar. Since it's a single input, this is called as unary operator. So if I am giving A, the output needs to be A bar. This is the way the symbol can be represented. Similarly, if I had AND gate, AND means I am taking two operators. That is called the binary operator. If I am taking A and B, it's similar to B multiplication like A into B. Like that, if I want to write OR, then I will mention that symbolic representation for that would be A and B. Over here we need to write A plus B. So this is the way the basic hardware logic gates will take, and will take the universal gates like NAND, NOT, XOR. By taking all those gates, we need to design the hardware in electronics. That is considered to be the hardware design of that particular logic gates. Similarly, the next concept for that would be Boolean algebra. In Boolean algebra, what we are going to see? We are going to see the different laws. Laws of Boolean algebra, will take that one and we will try to develop one particular circuitry, and we need to simplify that particular circuitry. Based upon taking that Boolean algebra concepts, we'll take those logic gates and we'll simplify the function. Like that, the last topic from that is tabular method. In tabular method, we will consider different terms like prefix, first prefix, second prefix, third prefix. We will take and we'll try to convert into particular primitives. That we'll see when we consider all these concepts. The next concept for that would be the tabular method. So this is how the unit 1 has been designed for digital electronics. So in the next concept, in the unit 2, we are going to learn the adder and subtractor. So in adder and subtractor, what actually we are going to learn? We are going to learn the combinational circuit. So what is the meaning of that combinational circuit? It's a circuitry in which we are going to take a logic design. In that we will give different inputs and we will get the different outputs. Like in that we'll be having the multiplexer, encoder, decoder, demultiplexer, designing various types of multiplexer and demultiplexer that considered to be the logic circuitry design. Similarly, we'll be having the adder and subtractor. In that we'll be going to learn the half adder, half subtractor, full adder, full subtractor, how it is going to be used in digital electronic circuitry. We are going to use these all concepts in unit 2. Now come back to the unit 3. In unit 3 we are going to understand the sequential combination logic circuitry. In that the basic concept we are going to learn what is the meaning of memory elements, how the memory elements has been designed, what are the different types of memory elements are there. Similarly, its latches. What is the memory elements? What are the memory type like RAM, ROM, PROM, EEPROM? There are different types of memory elements are there. Those memory elements we are going to understand in unit 3. By taking those memory elements, we are going to design the latches as well. Similarly, the next concept we are going to proceed is flip-flops. So in that we'll be having different types of flip-flops starting from SR flip-flop, D flip-flop, T flip-flop, JK flip-flop. There will be a concept called master slave, JK flip-flop. There are different types of concepts we are going to understand by taking the flip-flops. Its types, like we have SR considered to be the set and reset flip-flop. Then we have D, that is called delay or data flip-flop. Then we have T, that is called toggle flip-flop. Then we have JK, that is some part, it has some pros and cons. That means it has some advantages and it has some remedies. That is, part can be overcome by taking the JK flip-flop. And then we have the next concept called master slave JK flip-flop. So by taking these all concepts, we are going to learn in flip-flop part. And its conversion also we are going to understand in the unit 3. Like that, next we have the unit 4. Then unit 4 will be having PLD, programmable logic designs. In that we are going to learn how the programmable logic arrays can be taken. Since over here completely we are taking single inputs. Instead of single we are taking arrays. As you all know that array means a combination of inputs like 0 to 8s, like 0 to 4. So they are what actually 0 to 8 means it consists of 0, 1, 2, 3, so on till 8. That means it's an array. How we can take these all arrays, how we can design programmable logic design. In that we'll be having PLA, PAL, they are different. CPLD and FPGA. So these are the different part we are going to understand in unit 4. So in the unit 4, the basic concept of that is arrays. We need to consider the array. There are different input array combination. We can take all these part. Likewise, the last unit is FSM, that is called finite state machine. In that, what we are going to learn? We are going to learn about Mealy machine and Moore machine. So we are taking this sequential circuitry, that application part we can use over here. So as we are discussing about unit 5, and that as already I said you, we are going to learn about finite state machine. In that we will be having Mealy and Moore machine. How to design this machine, that part we are going to learn in unit 3. In that we are taking that combinations and that will be applied in unit 5. So this is how the complete unit of your digital electronic design. Let us see the combination part. So let us move with the basics of digital electronics. So in that basic part we are going to learn the combination circuit and what is the meaning of sequential circuit, because all electronic world describe and discuss about the circuitry. So we are here to design the hardware. In that hardware designing we are going to see what's the meaning of the combinational circuit and the sequential circuit. So as we know, the combination name itself it defined, it will take the combination part. As we know that any system in electronics, it will take inputs, it try to produce the output. So likewise, if I want to take one particular block diagram, in that what I'm considering different inputs and that produces different outputs. So in that we'll be having input 1, input 2, so on, and inputs. It will take that combination and try to produce the respective outputs. So in that we are going to see the example of these combination circuits in the multiplexer, that is mux. Then demultiplexer, demux. Then we will be having a concept called encoder, decoder, and its application. The different types of multiplexer, demultiplexer, encoder, decoder, various types, all will consider to be the combination circuit part. Similarly, the slightly different part what we are having is sequential circuit. In sequential circuit, what is the thing we have? It is quite similar to your combination circuit. It also has certain inputs. It also used to produce the certain outputs by taking the combination. But what is the extra part it has? It has the memory element attached to it. That part is considered to be the feedback part. In that feedback, what we are considering? We are considering the memory element. In that memory element, what are the things we are going to see? We are going to see all types of storage part, whether it is static RAM, dynamic RAM, ROM, everything come under this memory part. So this is the example of sequential circuit designing. In that sequential circuit designing and the combination circuit designing, we'll be having the unit 3 and 4. In detail wise, we are going to see all these types of it, and in the sequential part, we are going to see the flip-flops, latches, everything come under this particular sequential circuit design. So this is the part we are going to learn in the sequential circuit design. So this is how the basic of digital electronic part is there. So today's class is the overview of digital electronics. In that, let's take a glance of it. What we have done in the today's class. We have discussed what is the meaning of digital. We have discussed that digitals are what? It's a zeros and ones. Complete number system we have seen, just a introductory part we have seen. The next part what we have seen is unit 1. In the unit 1 what we have seen, we have discussed about what are the meaning of hardware, what is the logic design, what is the meaning of Boolean algebra, and how the tabular method is useful in digital electronics. Similarly, in the unit 2 we have discussed the main concept of unit 2 would be the combination circuit. In the combination circuit, what we have discussed the content of it. It consists of your adder, subtractor, the combination of multiplexer, demultiplexer, encoder, decoder, all considered to be the unit 2. Like that, in unit 3 what we have discussed about the sequential circuit. In sequential circuit, what we are going to discuss in that, we are going to discuss all types of flip-flops, its conversions, all comprises of unit 3. Similarly, in unit 4, we are going to use the PLDs, that is called programmable logic design. In that programmable logic design, what are the content it consists of? It consists of PLA, PAL, CPLD and FPGA. So those, by taking these sequential part, it's going to be designed. Similarly, in unit 5, we are going to design the finite state machine. In that finite state machine, what actually it consists of Moore machine and Mealy machine. So this is about the complete part of digital electronics. Similarly, in the next class, when we go to the next digital electronic class, we are going to learn in depth of unit 1. First concept of unit 1 would be the number system. In that number systems, we are going to see what are the number system as binary system, octal system, decimal and hexadecimal. All those systems we will see, and its combination of it and its conversion. That is in the next class.